Well, hello everybody, Steve VK2UD. Short video on the Rhino rack folding aerial bracket. Now I've got a couple of these mounted on the Land Cruiser already, but today, I guess the cruiser's wet, I just washed off all the rubbish that blows off it from the trees around here. I've got a couple of these installed on the car already, and they work pretty well, so I'll give you a rough idea where they go. Pull that pin. This is hard to do one-handed. Pull the pin, and sorry you can't see this, and the aerial slides up. It's one finger. It's got multiple holes, so you can have whatever angles you like, and you just lock the pin in. I have two of these on the roof, so they stay like that for getting under low obstacles. Now the plan is to mount one here, because I often run a bigger antenna than this. That's only a little short 2.1 dB. But in my collection of antennas I have some quite large ones. Aerial I usually run is about this length. It's quite a bit longer. I run that, and then I've got a 8.8 dB one which is quite long. That's this one here. I'll lean it on the wall because it's basically 2 meters long, and there it is. I run that in the outback. Problem of course is an antenna that long creates its own issues of having to take it off or lower it if you've got to go under obstacles. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to mount this kit from Rhino. Sorry about the quality of the videoing. I'm still fairly new to all this. Anyhow, we'll open it up and have a look. Right, the lid of the garbage bin is as good a place as any to open it. In the box, we open this up. You get an instruction manual, a bag of bolts and so on, the bracket itself. It's pretty self-explanatory how that works. That wing nut there is a lock nut which you may or may not use. Anyway, I won't be able to show you all the videoing of the mounting and so on, but I'll try and come back to it in bits and pieces that are appropriate. The status at this point, so I've removed the aerial, I've cut the zip ties to hold the coax, removed the radiator cowling, that's the coax there. I have to find it in the cab. Now that's a challenge in itself. Remove the sill covers, haven't undone that one there yet. I don't think I'll need to. Taken this one off, and I've undone all of this, which includes that bracket that goes there and the bracket that goes there. Now most people 200 series, you've got a rough idea how all this pulls apart. I've made that loose but not removed it because I've got to go into all that, which I really don't want to do. The cable I'm trying to get out is that one. I have to be able to track that so I know which one I'm pulling out. So that's just where we're at the present. So I'll probably continue on with this shortly. Next little bit, I've found the plug. Now the most annoying part is I've got to desolder that so I can pull the coax all the way through. Because on the ARB bull bar mount, they're not slotted. They're a solid mount. So you can't feed a cable through. So I have to pull that entire cable back out in order to refeed it. So I'm not going to bore you with how that all gets pulled out or the desoldering of the plug, but let's just say it's going to be a pain in the backside, as you'd expect. Now just to make this a bigger pain in the bum, in order to see what I'm doing, I've got to remove this bracket here, which holds my secondary fuel filter. because there's no way in the world I can see down there to the wires that I'm pulling out. So I've done one bolt, a bolt there, got to undo that one and lift that out of the way. So it's all good fun when you're redoing wiring. Alright, there it is off. This bolt here has to slide the full length of the coax. As you can see, there's no holes or slots in that. That's tape I put there originally to hold the aerial up exactly vertical. I've slid the whole thing off. There's the base. Now this has got to go back onto the Rhino mount, and the slotting process won't be needed again as the Rhino mount has its own slot. So once I bolt this on, it should go somewhere here, then we'll be able to just put the antenna in place and that should be okay. So I may have to fiddle with some angle adjustment to get it so it sits completely vertical, because otherwise it'll bug me. So maybe tape underneath it. Anyway, I won't video that, I'll just go through the process. I forgot to mention that the Rhino mount comes with all the bolts you'll need. Now that's got a bull bar mount bolt, and it's also got the bracketry to hold it onto a Rhino roof rack as I've got it elsewhere. So obviously I'm going to use the bigger bolt to hold it in place. Then I'm going to work out how much tilt it needs to get it so it stands vertically with the antenna on it. Okay, that's it roughly in place. Now what I've had to do, I've had to make little metal brackets to angle the antenna back up straight. So when it's leaning back with weight on it, it sits up fairly vertical. Now what would happen is when you put your foot on the brakes, it's going to do that. It's going to roll on the mount and it's going to look a bit dodgy. Now you don't need to tilt it very often anyway. So what it comes with is this little wing nut here. So what I'll generally do is put the wing nut in there to keep it tight. But before I go to that point, that's the big aerial on it, by the way. It's long, isn't it? Now all you do to operate it is pull that pin. Sorry about the video quality. And as you can see, you can get it on whatever angle you like. That's the first clip. There's another hole. I don't want it to drop onto the bonnet, so apologies for only being able to see the bonnet at the present. But that's it like that. That would get you under most things, I'd imagine. Now you're not going to need that very often. As you can see, there's movement in the device and I don't think there's anything you can do about the design of it. I think that's just how it is. So we'll straighten it back up. As you can see, it's got room to rock. So can't say that's a very exciting point. But I figure once I put this in and tighten it up seriously, and I mean seriously, and when I say seriously I mean with the multi-grips to really tighten it up, it should then not move very much at all, would be my guesstimate. Don't know how much of this I'm actually catching, I'm not looking at the screen. But I reckon you get plenty of weight on here and make it so it's quite firm. That's quite firm. It's not going to move anywhere near as much. In fact, it's hardly moving at all. I've zip tied the coax there, so it's got enough slack to allow for springing in the base, which will move, and of course for when it's tilted. Now needless to say, I don't usually run this antenna, as I said. This is aerials only for when I'm out the outback. So around town I run something somewhat smaller, a lot smaller actually. Just plonk this on the camper trailer for a second, so it doesn't go everywhere. Right, this one. So this one in situ is never going to load it up to the point where it's going to lean forwards or backwards or whatever else. But I like it to look vertical from the side, so there we are from the side. Looks pretty straight. The bracket I've put on it keeps it fairly vertical with respect to the car. And if I loosen that nut off there, I can lower it if I wish to. Obviously I don't need to for normal use. Anyway, I'll probably take some stills of that. The rest of it's just feeding coaxes back through, and I don't think you really need to see how that's all done. So thanks for watching. See you on the next one.